Wack 100 responded to Trap Lord Ross's latest video on Young Thug. Now, Wack 100 was actually called by DJ Akademiks about a video that Trap Lord Ross recently released about an interrogation that resurfaced from back in the day about Wayne's tour bus getting hit up. Now, Trap Lord Ross went into a deep dive and he asked many questions about this particular interrogation.
Now, I'm just so confused because everybody, especially Young Thug, has been saying over and over and over again that Gunna is a snitch. To me, I thought snitching would be if you're in the interview room, you're being interrogated by the cops, and you said that somebody commits a crime. Pleading no contest and saying the drugs weren't mine, I didn't think that was snitching. All right? Taking an Alfred plea, I didn't think that was snitching. I thought to be a snitch, you had to be in the interrogation room and pointing people out, telling people they commit crimes, telling the police that people commit crimes. And I'm still just super confused. So I've got a bunch of clips to go over today, but I want to just give you a quick little teaser of one clip, okay? And I just want you guys to tell me what this is compared to what Gunna did, okay? You guys just tell me, like, whether this is snitching or not. I'm genuinely just trying to educate myself on the issue.
But more this nigga used to brainwash his drugs. Like, trust them. I don't know what the fuck happened with them fools. Cause the night with the shit when Lil Wayne too, was that got shot up on the expressway or some shit?
Yeah, that's what happened in Cobb, yeah.
Yeah, that happened at the club in Cobb.
I'm just a little bit confused, okay? This Young Thug interrogation tape has been circulating for a few years. This is from all the way back in 2015. And I haven't seen an interrogation tape of Gunna. I'm just trying to understand, is this snitching? Did Young Thug tell? Young Thug got a 2-hour interrogation tape with the police. Okay, and this has been floating around for quite some time. It's been taken down, it's been re-uploaded, it's been all sorts of stuff. But I hadn't actually heard this until recently. And that's not the only thing in here that kind of raises a few eyebrows. What about this one, right? And again, I need you guys to tell me, okay? What is this?
You know Roscoe? Man, that man a fucking scrub. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fucking know, because every day nigga grow fucking ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Let's be real. This isn't the first time that I heard this, man. And many people would point out that Young Thug had been calling out Gunna for his ratting and telling for a long time. But when Young Thug was first going through this case, a lot of people went back or referred back to this particular interview, but it slowly died and a lot of people looked past it and gave him a pass. Some people would call it selective politicking. Now, with that said, man, Akademiks would actually start playing this actual video by Trap Lord Ross on his live stream, and eventually he called Wack 100 to get Wack 100's opinion on what was being said, and this is how that particular part of the live stream went.
Well, Wack loves Thug too, so that's the first rule of snitching.
Yo,
Wack,
what up, bro?
my chat is on here. They're upset at me. They said, bro, you a civilian. You need to call Wack. We need his opinion. I'll give you the situation, okay? First of all, I told him I got a new thing, Wack. I got a new thing. The first rule of snitching, the first rule of if somebody snitch, if we like you, you can't snitch. If we don't like you, you probably snitch, okay? It's very selective. You know how I go.
Now, here go the thing. We ran that a year and a half ago on the Hunter side.
You know what we talking about? You know what we talking about? We talking about the Young Thug interrogation.
The 2-hour interrogation of Young Thug when we ran that about a year and a half ago, Rogue, on the Hunter side, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Wack. What do you think about what that was? Was that telling?
Trap just sent it to me, right? And I'm trying to, let me remember this. And I'm finna show you so you don't know, so you don't think I'm bullshitting you as my brother. You know, one thing with you, Act, I don't bullshit you, right? I'm talking about at 2:26, he just sent me his work, and I said, I'm gonna go run it. And I figured that's what it was, right? And I'm trying to remember it. I think one part that it caught my ear, because this shit about 2 hours, it was a part about Roscoe.
Yes, he told the cops.
Well with me. Hold on, wait, let me see if I can remember it. he said that Roscoe does certain things and supplies certain things and always got certain things.
He be bringing Wayne drugs every day. He bring drugs for Wayne.
Yeah, that part it didn't fit. It didn't sit too well with me.
Wack, we got to be honest now, because here's the thing. I go off my rule. If it was Gunna that did it, he snitched. But it's Thug. I like Thug. Thug ain't snitch.
Let me give you what.
If Gunna did that, that's snitching. But it's Thug, so that's the homie.
Listen. Telling is defined as such. Anytime you give information to law enforcement on anybody other than yourself, point blank. So now let's just do the math. The information he gave, if it was on somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And if it was to law enforcement, I'm talking to Akademiks, and Akademiks' phone is wired and I don't know it, and they got that. I don't call that snitching.
Yeah, okay.
But if you sit in an interrogation tank and you talking to law enforcement and you giving them any type of criminal details about somebody else, right? Yeah, we got to call a spade a spade. That's
okay. So let me give you some details. I don't know if you watch the whole thing or you remember. They
I
asked him, hey, you have the right to remain silent. You do not got to talk to us. This is not about why you're locked up. This is about something unrelated, but we're trying to get some clarity. Are you willing to speak to us without a lawyer? He said, I'll talk to you about whatever. They said, could you initial? He said, I'll talk to you. I'm not putting pen to paper. He says, okay, just acknowledge that we're not forcing it.
Do you think that he maybe thought he wasn't, but he had to know they was recording? Yeah.
Again, I think, here's the thing. It's different when they just bring you to the station and you're like, they're recording. I think he was already locked up and they pulled him out the cell. So I think he thought they weren't recording.
They usually got it on they.
Hold on, because you know what happened? When they're talking to him, he says, I haven't eaten. And they went and got him
I remember that part.
They got him a bologna sandwich, and he said, y'all can't send somebody outside of here to get it, because he wanted real food. He ain't want that jail shit. And
I remember that part. That's in the first part.
So it was clear that he was locked up already, and maybe he thought he talking to them on a one-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, but that don't make it no better. Like, hey, listen, bro, I'm gonna be real. Like,
is it better or worse than what Gunna did? You gotta be honest, Wack. I know y'all gonna review it on the Hunter side.
Remember, I don't put a better or worse on nothing. Now, if we just talk,
there's levels to telling. There's levels to telling, bro.
No, the fuck it ain't. Nah, nigga, what telling is telling. Cause I'm gonna be real.
So wait, hold on. A guy who wears a wire, you see as the same as a guy who say, "Listen, the gun ain't mine. Listen, I don't know what to tell you other than it's two of us in the car. I just tell you it definitely wasn't mine."
No. That ain't. That's part of
Gunna. Now, Thug himself has called Gunna out multiple times since being released over his plea agreement. Now, we all remember that day in court when Gunna got on this. Well, I ain't gonna say he got on the stand, but he sat there in front of the judge and yes, ma'am, the prosecutor, every time she asked a question.
Around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the game to the detriment of my community. YSL as a game must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Now, at some point during this conversation, Academics would back Wack 100 into a corner and try to force Wack to say that Young Thug was a snitch. Now, let me let you watch it or listen to it and see what you think about the way that Wack danced around this question until he eventually answered Academics.
You're proving my first rule of snitching. If we like you, you ain't tell. If it was Gunna, you would have said he a rat. You would have said you rat. You would have said you long tail rat.
I'm gonna say this again. I got a lot of love and respect for Thug, right? Yeah. I have my reasons for this love and respect, right? And it's some things that I can't ignore. But I will say this because you got your light on me. Is the situation you telling me about how it happened, is it right? Absolutely. When it comes to the street, it's not right. And if it's not right, that automatically makes it wrong. But
I get what you're saying.
The word you want me to call Thug?
Yeah. Okay. So basically you're saying you think he snitched, but you won't call him a snitch.
No, what I'm telling you is I won't call him or say I think he is that word because that's calling Thug out his name. And I fuck with him generally.
But in your mind, he is snitch.
What I'm hearing, the laws, the rules of the streets, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Wack. I'm gonna be honest. Wack keeping his spade. Wack. Okay. You're defining my rule number one. You're defining my first and most important rule is snitching.
Be real. Listen.
It's hard for people to be honest. Okay.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't, because I see if you deaf, dumb, and stupid, then that's on you, right? I'm telling you from what I'm hearing, those actions is dead wrong when it comes to the street. And it ain't no in between to it. But as a man, right, that got respect for that man. The key word is I got respect for that man, right? You're never going to get me to say nothing disrespectful about that man's name.